Good day, Zonchans. Last month, Pamela Morgan, chair of the ZI United Nations Committee, gave us an overview of the Commission of the Status of Women Agreed Conclusions. At the end of each year, all organizations may submit recommendations to CSW for inclusion in the agreed conclusions. So we wanted to know if ZI's recommendations were included. In her presentation, Pamela outlined the 5 areas and key concepts, ZI's CSW66 statement, and 10 recommendations. The first action area is strengthening normative, legal, and regulatory frameworks, followed by 6 key concepts. Second is integrating gender perspectives into climate change, environmental and disaster risk reduction policies and programs, and 6 key concepts for action. 3 is expanding gender responsive finance. This area lists the largest number of key concepts, continuing on the next slide. 4 is enhancing gender statistics and data disaggregated by sex. And 5 is fostering a gender responsive just transition with 1 key concept: women's rights in the workplace. ZI states that we must all come together to call for fair and human rights-based actions now to solve the climate change crisis and achieve greener, cleaner, and equal societies. To that end, Zonta calls on member states and the United Nations to address the immediate and long-term effects of climate change by actively accounting for human rights, gender equality, and empowerment of women and girls, upholding the Paris Agreement principles of climate justice, establishing governing bodies that are more gender balanced, ensuring girls' access to education, including basic education on climate change related to SDG 13.3.1, ensuring that plans for climate adaptation and mitigation address the needs of women, including women in planning for disaster preparedness and response, acknowledging, including, listening to women's voices and learning from their experiences, recognizing gendered impacts of climate change when developing frameworks to address those impacts, and finally, including women's expertise to develop successful long-term strategies to address climate change. Pamela concluded with the fabulous news that all 10 of Zonta's recommendations were included into the text of the agreed conclusions. This link will take you to the full report. I encourage you to share this information with your clubs, and I thank the Zonta International United Nations Committee Chair and members for a very, very successful biennium. Thank you.